Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. According to Global News, Ontario Premier Doug Ford has effectively removed Will Bouma from his role as the Progressive Conservative Caucus chair. The decision followed a heated confrontation during a weekly party meeting over two major controversies: the rollout of an MPP pension plan and Ford's recent purchase of a government private jet. The disagreement arose after the government canceled a proposed $35 million pension top-up program, which would have helped MPPs backdate their years of service without taking out personal loans. Ford reportedly canceled the program due to public backlash over his administration's purchase of a $28.9 million private jet. Although Ford apologized and returned the aircraft to Bombardier, progressive conservative MPPs remained frustrated about losing the pension top-up. Bouma confronted the premier during the caucus meeting, stating that MPPs were being negatively impacted by Ford's jet purchase. Immediately following the confrontation, Bouma was relieved of his duties, and MPP Matthew Ray was named the new caucus chair. Sources suggest that the sudden removal has left some party members feeling silenced on the pension issue. According to CTV News, charges have been stayed in a second criminal prosecution in Toronto due to the conduct of veteran Crown attorney Marnie Goldenberg. In a decision released on May 15th, Ontario Court Justice Sean Gaudet ruled that Goldenberg breached her duty to disclose by failing to preserve and turn over video evidence of an accused individual's drug recognition evaluation, DAE. Goldenberg had initially stated that no video of the evaluation existed, but during the trial, the testing officer testified that the room's automatic recording system was indeed active on the date of the arrest. By the time the Crown acknowledged the recording existed, the police force's one-year retention period had expired, and the video was lost. Justice Gaudet described the failure as unacceptable negligence by both police and the Crown, which prejudiced the defendant's right to make a full defense. This marks the second time in a month that a judge has stayed a case due to Goldenberg's conduct, following a May 4th decision where she was found to have berated a police officer in a courthouse hallway. According to a report by the Canadian press, Hydro-Québec fought a legal battle before Quebec's Access to Information Commission to keep letters from the 1960s confidential, claiming their release could jeopardize current energy negotiations with Newfoundland and Labrador. The utility lost the fight and was forced to release the unredacted documents. The decades-old correspondence reveals internal discussions as Quebec officials tried to convince a French aluminum company, Pétionnet, to build a smelter in Quebec. In the letters, Hydro-Québec linked its rates and firm power commitments to the signing of the landmark 1969 Churchill Falls contract. This deal ultimately proved highly profitable for Quebec, but deeply disadvantageous for Newfoundland and Labrador. With the current contract set to expire in 2041, the two provinces are in high-stakes negotiations for a new agreement. However, energy and political experts who reviewed the newly released documents found nothing that would provide either province with an unfair advantage, describing Hydro-Québec's attempt to censor the historical records as an overreaction to avoid controversy. A Hydro-Québec spokesperson defended the caution, saying the files reflected long-term planning and negotiation strategies. According to a report from the Canadian Anti-Monopoly Project, as covered by CBC News, Canada's cloud computing market is described as broken. The report highlights a severe lack of competition, with U.S. tech giants Amazon, Alphabet, and Microsoft controlling an estimated 85% of the domestic market. Experts argue that simply introducing Canadian sovereign cloud alternatives will not solve the issue unless these providers are required to be compatible. Curtis McCord, a policy analyst and co-author of the report, warned that high switching costs prevent customers from migrating to other platforms, potentially trapping Canadians in what he calls Mapley Wash dependencies. The report urges Canada to adopt international compatibility standards to boost competition and prevent foreign giants from controlling future access to critical technologies like artificial intelligence. While some U.S. providers have started waiving egress fees under European regulatory pressure, experts emphasize that data exportability does not guarantee system compatibility. Waterloo economics professor Joel Blitt also warned that while standardizing early could drive competition, doing so prematurely risks locking in suboptimal technologies. According to a report by Newswire.ca, YouSend, a cross-border remittance platform powered by stablecoin settlement infrastructure, has officially launched its services in Canada and the United Kingdom. The public release follows a highly successful silent beta phase during which the application processed over $1 million in transactions purely through referral-driven organic growth. Backed by prominent investors such as the Digital Currency Group and CMT Ventures, YouSend aims to structurally lower the cost of international money transfers, particularly targeting the Canada to Africa remittance corridor, which includes Nigeria, Ghana, Kenya, and Tanzania. Unlike traditional money transfer operators that rely on pre-funded destination currency reserves, often leading to weekend delays and hidden exchange rate markups, YouSend leverages stablecoin settlements to enable near-instantaneous transfers 24/7. During its testing phase, 95% of transactions were completed in under 2 minutes, with an average settlement time of less than 15 seconds. The company has already obtained regulatory approvals in Canada, the UK, and Nigeria, ensuring compliance prior to launch. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.